Here's my 2019 WRX. Just got my first package in. Aftermarket. Got some fender flares. This car kicks up a lot of dirt and rocks and all kinds of stuff when you're driving. You can see it on the side here. This car only has 2,000 miles on it, and it's already pretty bad. So I picked up some mud flaps, Rock Block brand, like $114 on Amazon, shipped to your door. Got everything to install it. I'm gonna get this opened up and lay all the pieces out. So I got everything laid out here. These are the rear. They label everything really well. That's all the hardware for the rear. Hardware for the front. Seem like they're pretty good quality. I mean, that's some thick plastic. They look pretty cool. I went with the red and white. Obviously the car's white. And if you look on the interior, I got the red stitching everywhere. Red steering wheel stitching. The floor mats, WRX is red. So just trying to keep that, right there too, red and white theme going throughout the car. I'll give you a couple of pictures of how to install them. Nothing on the back of that. This one has some extra instructions on the other side. Oh, they also give you a pack of Smarties, so that's nice. A sticker with a little note, little letter. Also front and back side instructions on how to install. So yeah, we're gonna give it a shot. I'll put one on and come back. It's pretty easy. Just taking those 5 small clips, plastic clips out. One here, one there, one right here, one up inside there, and then there's one underneath. You can get that one from the bottom. And then this just pulls out. I'm gonna go ahead and clean all of this up just while I'm in here. So it really is very simple. You got 4 screws there. This one right here gets a black bushing behind it to space it out, because there's a big gap between the mud flap and the inner wheel well. So you put that in there, and it uses the longer screw as well. And then you just put one screw underneath, and that's pretty much it. Didn't even have to take the tire off or the wheel off, and it looks pretty good, and it will definitely help protect all this paint from the rocks kicking up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side and go from there. So these little clips are pretty easy to take out. It's just like a half turn, and that pops right out, and you can just grab it, wiggle it right out, comes right out, no problem. There's 5 of them. You gotta kind of hold it with one finger while you take it out, loosen it up with the screwdriver, and it pops right out. Pull it out, and then there's that one right there. Same thing, just pop that, grab it, and so once you have all 5 clips out, just grab the liner and pop it right out. And then you take these clips here, 4 of these, and just stick them right here. Make sure the flat side is facing you. just put it over the holes. Do that to all of them. Should look like this when you're done. This one up here doesn't get anything. Then you can just pop the liner right back in place, make sure everything's secure, and then hold this up to it and use the short screws with the washers and start putting all the screws and washers on. Make sure you put that gold clip on to that L bracket, and the L bracket goes between the liner and the bottom of the side skirt here. Just make sure you get that in, and it screws up through the bottom into that black clip. So just make sure you have all that lined up. So this one here, the long screw, goes through the washer, and then it gets that bushing on the back side to space it out, and then you can screw it right into the hole. So it really is that easy. Snug them all up. Make sure you put the bottom one in. The bottom one gets the silver washer, not the black ones. And that's it. Fronts are done. On to the backs. So the rears do look a little more challenging than the fronts did. I really don't want to have to take my wheel off, but I may have to. I'm going to try to figure this out without taking the wheel off. We'll see how that goes. Alright, so this one was a real pain to get in. You got to get that clip in, and you got to pry everything back in order to get it exposed, in order to expose that to be able to get it in there. But I got it in. I didn't have to take the wheel off. I did jack the car up to get a little bit more space here in this area. But I finally got that clip in. So I'm going to keep on going. So I got it in. I had to take the wheel off. There's no other way to do it. This clip here, they give you this stupid thing here that's supposed to go through the hole, and you tighten up the screw and it expands. Everything up in here is way too thick to do that. So I just drilled a new hole right there, blasted that through. That's not supposed to be there. I just drilled a hole through this, blasted that through. This one's right. It's got the spacer in the back. Everything's right with that. And then with this one, you're supposed to use one of these clips too. But I just put the old screw back in because I have these side skirt pieces here. So I had this screw that was holding that in place, and I just used that. But I mean, that's tight. Got the wheel back on. This side's done. Looks pretty good. That's what it's looking like there. Doesn't stick down too far. Doesn't stick out too much. I think that looks pretty nice. So I'm just gonna do the rear one on this side, and that'll be that. So the mud flaps are done. Pretty easy install. Had to fabricate a few things myself. Didn't follow the directions exactly. Some stuff didn't work. The only thing I really don't like about them is you can see the screw heads and the big washers. So it looks a little weird from the front. But when you look at it from the back, they do look pretty good. Not bad at all. Get some better pictures tomorrow. It's night here. But overall, not bad. You know, they look all right. I think the function of them is the most important. Keeping this paint free of dents, scratches. I think these mud flaps will help, but we'll see.